Here are 100 tips and tricks to help you in Arena Breakout Infinite. They range from beginner tips to more advanced tips. In no particular order, number 1. Turn your volume down because I am loud as hell. Loot every jacket. They are very good for finding expensive keys and some rare gold items. You can loot individual drawers in these cabinets. Deke Vincent has a special shop that refreshes every 6 hours. Great place to potentially save money on items or buy low and sell high for profit. Coverts can appear in lockdown but rare. They cannot spawn in forbidden or limited time modes though. Characters are right-handed. Prioritize fixing broken right arm first so you can search or reload faster. Be careful when peeking. YouTuber Sura explains how peeking is broken right now. Basically, before you can see an enemy, your entire body is exposed. So they can see you but you can't see them. Devs are working on a fix. Low tier ammo has a chance of fully penetrating any armor, even T6, through an RNG system. Very low chance, but it is possible. In Arena Breakout Infinite, you can expand unlimited amount of bags or rigs in bags providing you have the space. On that note, there are some bags and rigs that has more storage space than the container itself taking when it's expanded. This gives you extra storage space for loot, aka Tetris. You can double tap X on your keyboard to immediately drop your equipped bag, which is great for fights when you're overweight, and it also makes your character look visibly smaller. Your character will walk, sprint, or jump slower if you're overweight. Oh, your jumping height is also affected. You can close every loot container such as safes, drawers, and bags. Just look at the container, scroll your mouse wheel down, and select close. Sniper bots have insane range. They can pick you up from like 200 meters away. Never use keys in normal map. Waste of usage. Save for lockdown mode at the very least or sell for profit. This is because normal maps have terrible loot spawn rates. Here are a few ways you can use to save space in your storage. You can remove the mags and grips, fold foldable stocks, install attachments onto weapons, use Tetris rigs or bags to save ammo or other items in the storage to save space. You know, the ones that has more storage space than the space they take when expanded. You can keep the items in your mailbox for as long as possible to save storage space, but don't let them expire or lose them forever. You can never keep weapons, gear, attachments, or survival items like heals that your teammate lends you in a game. The same goes if you pick up their items if they die. As soon as you extract, all the items that belong to your teammate will automatically be mailed straight back to them. However, any items your teammates find during a raid, you get to keep if you loot it from their body. Bleeds can cause the bleeding part to eventually break. So, sometimes prioritizing fixing bleed before destroyed body parts would be a better move. Each map has designated loot spawns such as medical rooms, food and beverage, and even weapons and attachments. Memorize them ASAP. Bots always spawn in the same area, or there or thereabouts, often with the same gun. Memorizing spawns and what gun they use will help you navigate successfully and safely. In the gunsmith, you can use this sort button to sort the items by stat. Loot spawn locations are fixed, but they don't always spawn loot. This goes the same for loot containers. You'll always find them in the same place, but they could be empty. You can find all of the rarest items in a game on random places like floors, tables, and shelves. These red envelopes can spawn expensive keys. Always keep an eye out on them. In Arena Breakout Infinite, there is height over bore. If you don't know what that means, if a barrel is blocked by a ledge, for example, you won't hit your target even if you can clearly see them on your crosshair. This is because the barrel of your gun, you know, where the bullet actually flies out of, is actually blocked by the ledge, but the scope is raised a little bit on a gun, so you can still see the enemy, but your barrel is blocked by the wall. Likewise, character movement causes your gun to turn and sway, so jump shooting will cause your weapon to shoot sideways. With that in mind, you can run up to a player and hug them to make them fold their arms. This is great if you're running a pistol or an SMG and the enemy has a long-range AR build. You'll fold their arms and they won't be able to hit you. Bigger and longer isn't always better. The game has a very responsive anti-cheat system. You can report cheaters and get them banned while they're still in the same game if they get detected. So please, report them. If you get killed by a hacker, you report them and they get banned, you can get all your items back in cash. Not the loot that you find in the raid amount though, only the value of the items you brought in. This SH-12 helmet is the best T3 helmet in the game. It's cheap and it has this headset built into the helmet. The best assault rifle right now is hands down the FAL. This is because of the M61 T6 ammo. The gun itself is a little hard to control, but once you get used to it, it's unstoppable. No armor in the game can ever fully protect you from the M61 rounds. MP5 is meta due to dum-dum rounds and high flesh damage, meaning it doesn't matter if an enemy player is wearing the best armor set in the game, if you hit them on the exposed body parts, you will deal direct full damage, also known as the leg meta. The SJ-16 bolt action rifle is disgustingly good. This can one-tap T5 armor and has a ridiculously accurate hipfire. You're basically carrying a sniper rifle and a shotgun in one. Speaking of shotguns, AP shotgun slugs are deadly as hell and can drop T5 players at a fairly decent chance. Grenades are OP in this game and can one-shot T6 chads, especially these MK2 grenades. These GHO grenades can stun, damage, or even kill through walls. Likewise, these stun grenades can stun through walls and ceilings or roofs. The more expensive a medical item is, the less energy or hydration they consume. Top-tier medical supplies don't affect hydration and energy. Likewise, cheap medical kits will make you hungry and thirsty faster, and cheap items like surgical packs take a lot more time to use. Oh, and the cheap surge packs will also take maximum HP off of the limb you're fixing. So, after using a cheap surge kit, you'll have less base HP on that limb, meaning it can be broken a lot faster. At least 4 teams spawn in each match. However, not every spawn will have 4 players, as some queue solo, trio, or squad, but 4 spawn locations will always be used. 2 on your side of the map and the other 2 on the other side. In Covert Ops raid, there will always be at least 1 remaining TAC Ops player in that raid. Bots never carry 2 guns. If you see a bot character that is carrying 2 guns, that's a real player playing Covert. There is no penalty system in Covert Ops mode, so coverts will always shoot on sight. They can even betray you. Trust no one. While in a raid, when looting, open the item window of a magazine to do a visual check to see what ammo it has inside. You need to memorize what the bullets look like though. Saves a lot of time in raids once you've done it. Lockdown has better loot and tougher bots, but have less free extraction sites. Subsequently, Forbidden Zones has better loot and much tougher bots than Lockdown Zones. Lockdown mode spawns extra airdrops in each map, as well as few other loot boxes in various places. Operational supplies are weapons and gear with this box icon in the corner. You can't sell operational supplies on the market. To remove an operational supply marker, you need to bring that item into a raid and extract with it. You can try every gun, attachment, and ammo in the game for free in the firing range. You can also turn on unlimited ammo for convenience. The weapon recoil is a little different in the firing range though. The vertical recoil stops climbing after a few shots. It doesn't do that in an actual raid. You can heal, eat, or drink and search containers at the same time. You can also refill or unload mags while searching. You can set up time-wasting traps by putting trash items in safes and containers. Very good for keeping enemies or loot goblin random teammates busy. If you hit someone's arm or hand while they're aiming down their weapon, you will deal full damage to that arm as well as penetrate it to deal less damage to whatever is behind it, like the torso. On the topic of damage, every single bullet and melee weapon in the game, and also fragmentation pieces from grenades, can one-shot kill through headshots. My friend Imo taught me this one. Audio sounds different based on what level the other person is at. Those are audio cues like footsteps, reload, or heals. Normal audio is on the same level as you. More bassy or muffled audio means the person is above you. And tinny or higher frequency audio means the person is below you. You can pull the pin on your grenade to check if a nearby enemy is a real player or a bot. Bots will most likely activate a voice line like, "Grenade!" Any audio that you hear can be heard by other players. Bots are more likely to aggro and push you if you shoot without a suppressor. Dead players and bots lay down in the direction they got shot from. You can strip weapons during a raid, meaning you can choose to pick up only weapon parts to maximize space and profit margins. Prioritize picking up scopes. Every scope is worth a decent amount. Some scopes are mounted on rails. Grab the rail from the gun and put it in your bag. This is because the scope will stay on that rail and you put the item in the bag. So you pick up multiple items but only use 1 or 2 slots. Sometimes you can pick up attachments like lasers and front grips and put them on your weapon you're already using. Great way to make even more money and upgrade your weapon mid-raid. Not everyone knows this, especially newbies, so I'll say it. Your attachment needs to be turned on or unfolded for the stats to apply. So things like lasers have to be switched on for you to get better hipfire accuracy. They're not just for aesthetics, they come with a functionality system. However, only one attachment type will contribute towards the stat. Let's say you have 2 lasers on. Only the stats from the highest tier laser will count. Sneaking while crouch walking produces less audio than sneaking while walking upright. Dropping head HP to 0 is a guaranteed insta-kill. However, getting chest HP to 0 and someone's in a team has a chance of being knocked down as well as a potential insta-kill. It's all down to RNG. Getting a limb to 0 will break that limb first, then spread the damage across multiple body parts including head and chest. Then, you'll knock them or kill them when the vital parts drops to 0, which again are head and chest. Not sure what the prioritized system is though. Shooting and breaking someone's abdomen will spread damage to vital body parts faster than any other limbs when it keeps getting hit. Popping painkillers as soon as you spawn in a game is a great play, but be careful of spawn rushers. Those demons rush to other spawns without even popping painkillers and hold an angle early. For the noobs, painkillers put you in a sedated status. Being in sedated status allow you to sprint with broken legs, so it's always best to be in sedated status quite early and at all times. Running with broken legs while sedated will still cause you to lose HP and your character will moan at every step. If you get shot in the arm and your arm breaks, if you're not under sedated status, that can force your character to release your aim and lower your weapon. Sedated status prevents this from happening. Moving around while you're knocked down will drain your revival HP much faster. For the newbies, your extraction site will always be on the other side of the map from where you spawned. Likewise, your spawn location is an enemy team's extract. If you're in a fight and your teammate helps you in any way, share the fucking loot with them. Things might have played out differently if they weren't there, even if they didn't shoot. A simple audio distraction can make the biggest difference. Don't be an ass. Bots are more likely to push you if your character is busy healing, reloading, or looting. Great way to bait bots to come to you rather than going out in the open if you want to kill them. But obviously, remember that when you're in a tight situation, bots aggroing you can tell other players that you an enemy is around. Bots are designed to target exposed body parts first, so you'll find yourself bleeding or have your limbs broken early and often. However, if you have no armor or your armor durability is low, bots will target your chest for a faster TTK. Bots very rarely aim for the head. In fact, I've never been killed that way. But I don't want you disliking the video for false info, so let's just say it's super rare. Alright, I'll see myself out. Each map has a boss. Only a small chance they'll spawn, so you won't see them all the time. The bosses themselves aren't really the threat. It's their boyfriends that will swarm and overpower you. The bosses wear super tanky armor too, so just kill the minions first, then pop the boss last. If you're very broke, go do 0 to hero raids. Or at least bring a single heal, bandage, and 2 surgical kits. Once you learn the map, loot routes, and bot locations, 0 to hero is a great way to regain your losses. Bringing those 4 items will help you allowed to rush one bot, knife their face, take their weapon and gear, and heal up any bleeds and broken legs. So you can continue with your raid. Broken legs pretty much ends broke man raids. So yeah, grab those and off you go. Finishing all the missions will not only help you learn the game and the map, they'll also give you tons of coins as rewards. Finishing Evita missions will grant you a 6-slot keychain in the end, so prioritize her first. If you're a collector type of person, keep every red item you find. In the future, there will be a trophy room that will let you display all your rarest finds. But each item will need to be found and submitted like 3 times or more before you can actually display them. And yes, once submitted, it will consume the item. Gear fear. I understand that a lot of you guys will get scared of losing your gear, especially when you're close to being broke. But honestly, stop being a pussy. It's just a game. Pixels, you can always grind and get back up. If you keep running away from tough situations, how are you ever gonna learn to win them? Muscle memory, reaction time, aim, strats, all of them come from experience, so go search for those experiences. And last but not the least, the greatest tip of them all. Subscribe, because I am the guide god of Arena Breakout Infinite. I've played mobile for over 2 years and made the best guides there. I'll be doing the same for Arena Breakout Infinite. In fact, I've already got a couple up. Here, I have a 0 to hero walkthrough video for Valley. Enjoy.